This is episode 118 of Pausing on the Prophets, and today we are looking at Isaiah 17, verses 4 through 6, and Isaiah writes, "Now in that day the glory of Jacob will fade, and the fatness of his flesh will become lean. It will be even like the reaper gathering in the standing grain, as his arm harvests the ears. Or it will be like one gleaning ears of grain in the valley of Rephaim. Yet gleanings will be left in it, like the shaking of an olive tree, 2 or 3 olives on the topmost bough, 4 or 5 on the branches of a fruitful tree, declares the Lord, the God of Israel." This is the first of 3 "in that day" statements in the next few verses. The first statement is about judgment and mercy. He begins talking about glory, but we saw last week that this glory was used sarcastically. Under God's judgment by the Assyrians, the northern tribes will have no glory. We see that here. And then we come to 2 agricultural metaphors in verse 5. The reaper, here a sign of judgment, arrives, and then the gleaner comes after him. In other words, this is a thorough judgment. But verse 6 brings us hope. Yet gleanings, however small, will be left. Fruitfulness has not vanished entirely from the nation. But you and I must be careful here. Just because God always does leave a remnant doesn't mean that judgment is not also sure. God did indeed, for example, remove Lot from Sodom, and then he judged and destroyed Sodom. Let us not be left unrepentant and thus the object of God's wrath and judgment.